This man is definitely in the ritual of survival. He lived alone on a desert island for 300 days. Not only do you eat delicious charcoal grilled sharks, even raised a wild boar. When I first returned to China, I was welcomed by the whole country. With the help of local fishermen, 50-year-old Werther come to the Pacific Township Group, an uninhabited island, begins his 300-day survival challenge. And in addition to filming equipment solar panels, he also only carried a machete, flint, and a few fishing lines, plus an emergency medical kit. This will be him next for almost a year. All the belongings on which to survive. After waving them off, standing there, Werther was a little stunned. I feel inexplicably lonely at the beginning of the challenge, but now is not the time to be sad. Drop the device. I quickly went to observe the surrounding terrain. The terrain on the island is relatively flat. They want to get food. The seaside is still his choice. But this trip is not without harvest. On the way, he collected a lot of coconuts. Coconut milk can help him replenish water and sugar. And coconut meat can also be used as an emergency food for snacks. That's enough for him to get through the day. When I came back, I took off my notebook, put it in a box and picked it up. Here time has lost its meaning. Just light a fire. Spent the first page on the island, except for this ubiquitous mosquito. Other reflection moments. The next day, Werther set about building a shelter for himself. Leaning on the sloping trees to put up some tree poles, then a rope woven with brown and green leaves, tie branches as beams. Then he went to collect some fresh coconut leaves. Insert them on the finished frame in turn. It just makes a simple ramp. No, it looks simple, but enough to shelter him from the wind. After the rain stops, he went to the beach and collected some passive as bait. Start fishing by the sea. He desperately needs protein. Spent a whole day at the beach, until the sun goes down. Werther is still working on it, but the final harvest is only this flying fish. Even so, he only ate half of it that night. He must plan for long-term survival. The next day he used a few branches as a framework, put some rubber leaves on it. Made a simple bacon price, smoked the remaining half of the fish. This smoked fish can be preserved for a long time. When was that used as emergency food? But in the days that followed, he used these stout tree trunks, made a lot of this dried fish, rocked them to the reef. He frees up his hands to do other things. Although it is far from land, but there's still a lot of marine debris. Some of them are for Werther. Very useful stuff. And these seaside reefs. There are a lot of conch, shellfish and a surprising number of crabs appeared. And they don't even look small. Some of them went straight to the sashimi. The rest of the shellfish, the conch, made him make a pot of coconut meat, and with energy intake, it also gives Werther the strength to continue building shelters. Let him open from one side one after another. It's a two-sided slope. Due to the fact that the Tangier Islands are located in a tropical rainforest, rainfall has reached a staggering 1,800 millimeters, so he doesn't have to worry about water. However, this also makes Werther's house unimportant. Therefore, he plans to spend the next few days a complete makeover of the shelter. He risked the next door to climb to the bottom of the coconut tree, pick fresh leaves as material. Used him to practice knitting for 2.5 years. Craft makes it intertwined. Weave into a fan roof. It took all day. Weight just made up the dosage needed to transform the shelter. I wanted to collect some vines around for what? Unexpectedly, he found something incredible. He was in the woods behind the shelter. I found an immature mango tree. This is what Whitland said. It's a gift from God. Although not yet mature, but no dig. As long as you can supplement vitamins, it doesn't matter what the taste is. But the vines he wanted were not found. The vines on the island are not suitable for making ropes. I can only make do with these barks first. I didn't expect the effect to be really good. After drying these barks a little bit, now I can finally change my kennel. He first demolished the original roof, replaced some leaves with a brand new house, and we use the bark to fix the pores until it's all covered. Get the plastic sheeting picked up by the seat. Made a luxurious interior for my kennel, although only half done, but only when it rains. We have enough to shelter him from the wind and rain. While he was sitting by the door, passing a cruise ship on the island opposite him. Although it has nothing to do with him, the Werther couldn't help but run inside. Maybe for him here, hunger is not unbearable. It's not a hostile environment. It comes from inner loneliness. Recently, Werther's diet is basically these coconuts. He ground up the coconut and cooked it in a pot. It's kind of hard to swallow. So today he put the whole coconut by the fire. 49 hours later, knock off the already crispy coconut shell on the outside. Instantly looks appetizing. A good horse matches a good man. In order to cook elegantly, Werther made another spoon out of coconut shell. This fully ripe old coconut meat, just the coconut part, that's about 500 calories. It works better than you eating 3 bowls of rice. With these coconuts, he's been having a good time lately. The next morning he got up and cleaned up. These coconut shells attracted a lot of mosquitoes last night. Brought him a mask of pain for the night. In order to exchange for the future, he also cleaned up the surrounding grass. Hopefully, there won't be so many mosquitoes at night. After cleaning, I went to the beach and started fishing. After this period of training, Werther knew all about their habits. Classrooms like this are usually more Tibetan. After a while, a few small slabs fell off. Looks like we can have every meal again at noon. Werther has nothing to do after dinner. Came to the beach and picked up the trash when he saw these bamboos. An idea popped into my head. He first opened the bamboo joint inside with a branch. Then take the coconut shell and punch holes in it. Screw it hard after one end of the bamboo joint. Now he can start his performance. And now in theory, have a DTW. Maybe it's because of too much force. Let him spend the next period of time. Can only work in his sexy crotch pants. But even so, he is still under pressure to open the gear. Finish the last wall. Long hours in the wild left a lot of wounds on Werther's body. The hands and legs are already infected. If you don't deal with it again, this is very likely to accept his challenge. So, Werther had to take out his medical bag. Pierce the epidermis of the wound with a pin. Deal with the festering part inside. I can feel the pain through the screen. On this island, there are some ripe coconuts everywhere. He collects around once a day. This is his most important source of food here. He'll scrape out the coconut flesh that comes in the mail with coconut milk and conch shellfish received on the same day, or some sea fish he caught at the beach. Simmer a delicious seafood hodgepodge. But even so, Werther has lost a lot of weight during this time, so he decided to set some traps around. Grab yourself some small animals to supplement your protein. Animal footprints around here, and the fresh water stored by the roots of the trees, are explaining to Werther, this is the perfect place for a trap, so he was on his way to get here. Dig a hidden trap more than half a meter deep. And then spread some superlatives and hay on top. Now this looks like it is almost integrated with the surrounding environment. In the next time, Werther lives a repetitive life almost every day. Fishing and eating coconuts. Pick some fruit occasionally. A puddle exposed to the sun. Collect a little sponge. or go to the beach and pick up some sea trash. Have a good time, but also very boring. Until the arrival of family and friends, it brought waves to his unchanging life. He took his family to visit his camp here, introduced them to his usual daily life. This is after he came to the island. The happiest day, but good times are always short. He still sent them away reluctantly. But my wife is not so lonely here for him. Bring the dog from home. This makes Werther very happy. In order to better survive on the island, Werther decided to explore the terrain of the island. With the dog, he set off in the direction of the inner lake. Half an hour later, Werther arrived at the party center. There's an erupting volcano and a dead lake of sulfuric acid. In such an environment, it feels as if it is no longer on Earth. The curious Werther also came to the side of the crater. The magma inside kept erupting in bursts of black smoke. The air was filled with a pungent smell. There was a loud roar. In the face of this turbulent force of nature, humans are still too small. On the way back to camp with the dog, Werther also found some water vines. This water vine contains a lot of water and very clean. Can be drunk directly. When is it used to replenish water? Before, Werther made a lot of fishing traps and put them by the sea. I can also harvest some stone spots for him at ordinary times. I didn't expect that during the inspection tonight, there's a dead shark hanging from it. Although it is already next door, but still very fresh, because he patrols these traps every day. So he won't be next door for more than a day. He comes back, he cuts it up, he puts it on the fire. It's covered with leaves, and it's covered with soil. Just leave it here and simmer overnight. I woke up the next morning. I can't wait to check out the fish. The temperature has not completely dissipated when you touch it, but the taste is still a little hard to describe. But as long as you can add protein, other things that made sense to Werther. A few days later, during Werther's daily patrol of traps, the trap has been found and punished. A ferocious beast was caught inside. Look at his fierce expression. Werther decided not to burn him. And this guy grilled. Finally, an agreement was reached to keep 3 main. At first, in order to manage this uncooperative little he also made a lead role for Peppa. Later, with the illumination of Werther, this kid and the dog actually got together. I gradually became a member of this family, until a few days before Werther was about to complete the challenge. When Werther woke up, he never saw him again. Even if I searched a few times, there was no result. This also made Werther feel very sad. Challenge time has been reached. He can't stay here either. The moment you put on your watch, Werther returns to human society again. I reluctantly bid farewell to the island that accompanied him for 300 days.